to Head Full of Radio, where a longtime Radiohead fan goes through the whole recorded discography alongside his friend, who's only familiar with the song Creep. Will we agree on the songs? Can I convert him into a fan? Let's find out.
Go! Welcome to the Head Full of Radio podcast. This is a special edition as I am in a London hotel in Paddington, the Alexandra to be specific, room 205 if you need to know, although if you went there I'd probably be gone. I'm your host Andrew, and with me as always is Nico.
Hello, not you doxing yourself from, to be fair, the past, so no one can do anything with it.
I'll wait.
But yeah. Hello everyone. This is very different.
Yeah, this is the first and maybe only time in the near future where we'll be recording the show in the same place, awkwardly staring at each other.
Or in my case, just not.
Yeah,
like,
he's
avoiding eye contact.
I'm staring directly at him and he's not even looking at me.
Yeah.
The reason for this special episode, which won't have a number on it, is because we just went to the Ashmolean Museum in Oxford to see the This Is What You Get art exhibition featuring Stanley Donwood and Tom York. It's, by the way, for anyone who wants to know, it's $16.20 or £16.20.
Yeah. Which are not the same quantities, but yeah.
What's the difference?
Well, the conversion's obviously going to mean one more than the other.
So, okay, it's $16 in British pounds, which for Canadians, that's about $30. And for Americans, that's maybe 27. Let's just say that.
I love that you said it was $16 in British pounds.
Yeah. Well, for anyone who's not in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how long were we there for? About an hour, maybe?
I'd say so. Yeah.
And
the exhibition itself.
Yeah. It's a 45-minute train ride up there from here.
Mm-hmm.
From the Paddington station, of which I was at by the time you hear this.
Yes, true.
And it's sectioned off into each album era, starting with the Bends, because that's when Stanley really started working with Tom. It's not just albums, it's also other random art, and you're getting lyrics books from Tom, and other random things in glass encased areas. So let's just kind of walk through it a bit, because we were super excited to go there. We were both wearing t-shirts that said Head Full of Radio on it too, by the way.
I literally forgot, because they have this rule in the exhibition where you can't wear your backpacks normally on your back. You either have to have them down, like held, or wear them like back to front on your front. So mine was completely covering up the fact that I was wearing this. So even I forgot.
Yeah, and I was wearing a flannel over mine because I'm not used to not air-conditioned places, and so I was basically sweating like a motherfuck the whole time. So I was like, I don't want anyone to see my sweat stain, so I'm going to wear flannel to make me sweat even more.
I'm totally, of that opinion as well. I always have my secondary vest layer just to absorb all the extra grossness.
Okay, so that's why you look so good.
I wish.
So how did you... Let's. I'm going to try and go through every area. Like, we don't need to talk about everything, but the Benz area was pretty... As compared to everything else, there wasn't a lot going on there. There was Tom's lyric sheets for I can hear it in my head. I'll edit this part out. But there was Tom's lyrics for My Iron Lung, and then some glue things and whatever showing some of the art, especially from the India Rubber cover. It was just sort of one wall of small things. Was there anything that stood out for you?
I'm actually going to be really cheeky, because I have the world's worst memory, and spoiler alert for towards the end, I did buy basically the experience in a book so I can revisit this later. So I'm actually going to use this as a bit of a guide to help refresh my memory.
Okay, so while he's opening the book that was $30 in British pounds, which is basically the whole art installation in a very pretty giant book,
Aha, the Benz.
Yeah.
This is so cool, by the way. I didn't even look at it before I bought it. I was just kind of like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I didn't buy it because they're all in my head forever. So
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff from the Benz.
that cover there on that page on your left, that was in a big poster. I believe it's the fake plastic trees.
Yes, exactly.
So there isn't a lot there for the Benz. But then around the corner is where it's not OK Computer yet. It's this whole giant area of T-shirts from the Benz and OK Computer era. And then across the walls on the other side are every single album and single that they had done the art for in vinyl. So for two walls. So I was pointing out stuff to Nico going, hey, do you recognize that one? Do you recognize that one? And that's the one we're on right now. I think as you are hearing this, we are releasing the episodes from the Knives Out single, and we're pointing that out. Any albums that stood out for you there?
What, visually?
Yeah.
I remember there was a few that I didn't recognize, like singles and things. But obviously I know the album covers, so I don't know, they were all there. I noticed them all. I was like, hey, that's that.
I did point out to you one of the shirts that I used to have in 1997. It's got the angry mouse head thing, and it had like a bunch of stuff written on it. And I remember my mom throwing it out because she thought it was too weird.
Yes, I remember you saying that, and I was kind of like, oh my god, how dare you, Andrew's mom.
And then around the corner is the OK Computer area, which is a very, very big area. It has all that lovely font that you recognize from the OK Computer period. Has lyric sheets for Lucky, and what was the other song that was there that you could listen to them playing? But you could put headphones on and listen to them do an early version of Lucky and something else.
Oh, it's not coming to me now. I can't think of what it was.
He's looking through the book as if it's going to show up on the
Yeah,
page,
exactly.
Right? Oh, you're at the OK Computer area. There you go.
Yeah, well, interestingly, I'm using my phone, so I can't really check. But I took basically photos of everything.
So you could hear them do an early version of Lucky. You could see all of the lyrics for Fitter Happier in his book. Like they actually had the book. And a lot of other art, including the artwork for the VHS. And just, the giant font of a bunch of songs. Around the corner, again, was just random art drawings. Tom's letters when he was staying in a hotel, some of which had dollars and cents, the lyrics in. And then in the other corner, there was, when you get to the really big room, it has giant squares of OK Computer, Kid A. They labeled it as Kid Amnesiac, so they have them both together, but it's giant, I want to say like 5 foot by 5 foot art pieces.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
On one wall, they have Hail to the Thief art. On the other wall, I told Nico, hey, put these headphones on. You can hear They're There, because that's where kind of we're at, listening-wise, and he was wondering if he was cheating.
Yeah. I was like careful to what I actually like properly drunk in and what will be things I revisit in this book at some point.
Yeah, and the
photos.
other wall had adjacent to the Kid Amnesiac was King of Limbs, which I don't remember if they had any songs on that side. But what I found really interesting on the fourth wall was In Rainbows and the first, The Eraser, the first Tom solo album. The cover is such a strange, striking image of like the evil. I think it's like he's in an ocean and he's looking at the London skyline and it's all drowning. I've seen that before, but the way they have it there is like 6 feet long. And I ended up standing there for a minute going, oh my God, like I don't listen to this album as much as I should, but the staring at that piece, I never put it together for whatever reason that it was like the London skyline. In Rainbows had a bunch of stuff like the original lyrics for some songs. And then we ended up getting down the long hallway, some other videos, some other random art pieces. And then we ended up in the final section, which was Tom's second solo album. Do you remember the name of it? You mentioned it, the black one on the wall. You said you really liked the name of that.
It wasn't the It's not the Amina one, is it?
No, it was before that one. It was around the corner from that one.
It's not the moon thing. That's Radiohead, right?
Yeah, it was Tomorrow's Modern Boxes.
Okay, yeah, because there was a quote from, to be fair, I think it was just a random French person, but it was cool. I liked the quote.
A random French person?
I think that's what it said. Yeah, it was like, art, what was the quote? It was about how art isn't just like waiting for you and it tries to run away or something. I'm butchering it, but yeah, it was a really cool quote, and it was attributed to a French something or other, which is on my phone, so I'll have to check that after the fact.
So we did listen to a song from Moon-Shaped Pool. I can't remember what it was, but I told Nico he could cheat a little bit.
And I really did like it, yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Which, as we go through this discography, might be in another year or two.
That's wild.
Burn the Witch was the name of the song.
Yeah, I remember seeing that in several places, and I was thinking, well, I'm looking forward to getting to that point, because that as a theme sounds cool.
Yeah, and then The Smile was the end of the art installation. With this was in that corner beside a moon-shaped pool, and it was really fascinating. We got into the store afterwards, or I guess you would call it the shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I mentioned to Nico that I was looking at the lyrics to My Iron Lung and actually got emotional because I've been listening to that song. Like, it's not my favorite Radiohead song, but I've been listening to that song for nearly 30 years, and just seeing it all scribbled out in a little notebook in Tom's writing under a glass case, it just, for some reason, just hit me super hard.
Yeah, it's actually so cool, like, the fact that these were things they literally wrote in prep. It's very cool to see what would have been part of their process.
Yeah, and even that, like I mentioned, the dollars and cents bit, Tom had done a little cartoon drawing piece, and they were just like, they were scribbled on the corner. They weren't like, he hadn't written the name of the song and then done it out. It was just in a patch in the corner of the book. And it's like, I've written songs before too, and it's similar to how it's like a pastiche.
I don't know what a pastiche is, but I like the word.
Okay, it's like copying and pasting from other places. Like,
okay.
This part, this little 4-bit fits here. Oh, this 3 lines fit here. Oh, I just wrote this. I can't believe it works in that.
So like a copy pastiche.
Thanks. Do you know what pastiche means now?
Now I do, in that context. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be linked in my brain, but that is how I'm linking it.
And I spent, what did they say, 190 pounds, 250 Canadian?
Yeah, it was like 193, I think, UK.
In the shop, which has, I bought a blanket and a silk scarf from my mother-in-law. The silk scarf is really cool because it's the art from the eraser. And you know what I thought was hilarious? And I should have mentioned it to you. They had erasers there with the eraser art on it. And I was like, why am I not buying this?
I wouldn't have put that together.
Yeah, it was a little adorable, like, white eraser that you would have in grade 6.
Yeah.
I brought a bunch of stickers and magnets of the podcast logo and gave it to a couple people in the shop that worked there, and then other random people too, just to say like, hey, we're here.
Yeah, that was really sweet. That was really cool that you did that.
And bought some other gifts for people, including myself. Nico, you've got the book.
I do.
And it was 30 pounds, right?
It's honestly so worth it. Like, I feel like I took basically photos of the whole thing, but I feel like this is just nice to have it in order because I am very ADHD, so I was taking pictures of one section and then the other, and I was like, this is not chronological.
It looks like it's about 100 pages or so.
It's loads. I'm sure it's actually way more. Let me check. 100, over 200.
It looks like it's basically every piece that was there, but just a copy of it. It's beautiful. If you're a fan, I would suggest you buy it. It would look great on your shelf. I have enough Radiohead stuff at home that I probably shouldn't put it on my shelf. But when we were done, we were just both sort of overwhelmed at not only how pretty it was, but it was like, I think it was more vast than I was expecting.
Yeah, like, I don't know, think there's only so much. Well, I know there's a lot that goes into like every album rollout and everything, but you really got to see so much of like the building blocks that go into that. Like even just seeing things like the pages where it's Tom's writing, it just really like makes it that more like 3D and like multi-dimensional. That just kind of hits extra hard. That's like, wow, this was like a whole thing that like culminated in, like you say, they did the different pastiche things where things might have been thought up at different times but then were implemented later, or vice versa, and it's just so cool seeing how that process might have looked like.
Yeah, and I also found it interesting, a thing that I didn't know was that Stanley was doing the art while they were writing the album.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Well, I didn't even know who he was at the time, but I had to ask.
So I think it was written on the OK Computer one, and then again on the Kid Amnesiac area, where he had basically, the OK Computer one said something like he was working on it while listening to them record it, so the artwork is very indicative of how the music sounds to him. And then in Kid A, he said something like, when he sees that art, he hears the music because the art was made while the music was being made, which is, to me, is just absolutely fascinating.
Yeah, like it's very cool to hear that, because that's one thing I noticed throughout. Like all the art is very kind of distinct. So I never realized they had a dedicated artist. I'm sure you've told me in the past. There's probably episodes that will prove that. But like that wasn't something that I had retained. But now that's what I mean. Like going through an experience like this, that's obviously going to be now like imprinted in my brain, and it's all just sticking all the things that maybe I've been told onto something now, which is really cool.
And now, so here's the fun part. We're going to rate it.
Ooh.
Yeah, on the scale that we would normally rate things for the podcast. So I'm going to ask you first, because you always go first.
Sure, yeah. So am I just rating it like as a whole?
Yeah, give me a in conclusion, like what would you rate it, and what would you, if someone out there is not sure whether they should go or not, what would you tell them?
Yeah, so I think I would give this a Johnny. I think that's my instinctive score. It was just like, I'm not a massive museum person by and large. When Andrew like messaged me like saying like this cool thing, I was like, that sounds cool. And then I saw it in Oxford. I was like, oh, we have to travel. What do you mean? But it was 100% worth it. Like I really had such a cool time. Like it was just, yeah, like obviously we do this on the side as well. So there's that element of like being engaged with it, but seeing like the whole process of everything coming together, it just made this whole thing just all the more cool. And yeah, there's so much artwork. Like a lot of the pieces will have things beside them, either labeling them or giving you a bit of backstory.
He's flipping through the pages of the book while he's telling you this, by the way.
Yeah, like honestly, it's so cool. Like, and I love that I'll have this to always just revisit. I know I took loads of pictures, but it felt like a proper like immersive experience. Like there was one point where they did have videos on the wall as well. There's just so many things that I know a lot of it is pictures. Obviously you have certain points where you can't listen to music and just hear the snippets. That's what I mean. It's so like multi-sensory. Like it's not super like a multi-sensory experience, but I feel like there was enough of all of those things that just make it feel such like it was really felt so premium. So yeah, those are my thoughts. What about you?
I'm giving it a flat out Tom. As someone who's, loved them for as long as I have, I think we spoke about it before that I was emotional for just seeing lyric books and having this physical thing for this auditory medium I've been listening to for so long. It just hits different when you go, like, it's odd to say this out loud, but it hits different when you see that they're just a person trying to do the thing that they can do really well. There were a couple areas where I was like, I have 20/20 vision, and yet Tom's writing is so small. I was leaning in super far to just try and read all the little scratches out that he was writing. I think it was on the song Body Snatchers. The lyrics aren't all what they are on the song, and he had been writing parts of it, and I just, like I told Nico when we were done, I could walk around and go through that again and go
for sure
look at it all over again. No matter what type of fan you are, I would say go. And even if you're just even like all you know is Creep, well, you're not getting the Pablo Honey section, so I'm sorry, but do it. And you know what I also found fascinating was the age range of people was all over the place. I secretly gave a head full of radio sticker to a girl who looked like she was 17, and the woman in front of us looked like she was retired and in her late mid-70s. So
you even have a conversation with one of the guys about what they were expecting the demographic to be, and they weren't sure.
Yeah, it's all over the place. And so if you are finding yourself in London, it's what, a 45-minute train ride?
Yeah, so this was in Oxford, yeah.
From Paddington Station to Oxford, which is a cute little town. And I would love for you to find yourself there. One last thing before we go, though. I don't know what the next episode is because I don't know when I'll be editing this together. Here's a fun question for you that doesn't have anything to do with what we just saw.
Mm-hmm.
What is your impression of your guests in the country? How do you feel about me?
Guys, if this somehow does get to you live, save me. I'm in the hotel. Like, this is horrible. No, it's been so nice. Like,
this is the last episode of the show.
Yes, exactly. It's cancelled after this. There will be no more.
Mm-hmm. Well, there is, because we're already pre-recorded.
Right. Besides the things that have like been sent into the ether, ready to come to you.
Yeah. If it just ends, you'll know why.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. You'll know at what point we got up to and where we didn't progress beyond this point. No, but like I was saying to you, like there's certain people when you meet, like you'll feel a sense of nervousness. I swear to God, I felt, and I veer naturally quite as an anxious person. So I'm the sort of person that has to visualize everything and like plan everything out in order to feel comfortable. And I didn't get a single sense of that. And as soon as we saw each other, it was like a straightaway hug. So it's been so nice. It's been so easy. Navigating around is not easy, but that's just because not something that comes naturally to me. Yeah. But it's always been so chill, and like you've been like great about like us just making things work. Because I am not a natural born host. But it's been so nice, and will continue to be nice for the rest of your time here. So, but no, yeah, like it's been really fun. It's been really easy. It's just been like hanging out with someone that you've like known for years, which we have, but obviously in a different context. But yeah, it just translated absolutely the way I expected it to.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. It was like almost immediate, as if you were meeting with someone you actually liked in high school and who moved away, or a cousin from some other place, or a sibling, or what have you. It was immediately almost exactly like you hear us on the podcast. It's been lovely, and I'm so thrilled to ease his pain when it comes to management of things. Like he'll send me a message like, I'm running late, and my response is, that's cool, like we scheduled to be there early, it's fine, man, like it's all good. Just happy to be around him. So for those who are listening, this podcast has really brought us so much, both in music but in friendship, so I'm very thrilled that we have both of those things.
Me too. Like when we started out, I didn't know what the scope of this was going to be. I didn't understand what a discography meant for like a bigger group like Radiohead in my mind. I don't know, like I genuinely didn't really comprehend what would be involved, but I've had such a good time, and yeah, like I'm genuinely like listening to like Radiohead like in my free time now.
That's amazing.
Which is like really cool that it's got to that point where it's affected what I like enjoy and like what gets recommended to me now on Spotify, like day lists and things like that. So it's just been really nice to like talk about it, again with no level of expertise or anything. I'm not claiming to know anything about these things, just come into it fresh. And yeah, thank you so much for allowing me to be the person that you've talked through these things with.
And thank you for letting me aggressively pull you into doing it with me.
No, I've honestly been really appreciative every step of the way.
Well, thank you, sir. I will see you next week. Not in person, but for whatever episode you're hearing.
You famously won't see me next week.
Whatever day this comes out, I'll see you in however many days it is to the next episode.
Cool. And for everyone out there, yeah, if you can go to this thing, do. And yeah, it's been an absolute blast. So I recommend both the place and meeting Andrew.
And I recommend the place and meeting Nico randomly at Paddington Station, right by the bear.
Yeah, everything's been there. Oh yeah, Paddington Bear. I never put that together.
You didn't?
No, I'm so dumb.
No, you're not. No, you know what it is? It's because you live here, and you
Right.
forget. Like,
In my mind, that's just his name. I've never thought of it as being a location. That's so weird to me. That's never clicked.
and yeah, now you're never gonna not forget that.
The things you learn, huh?
Yeah.
Educational.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Lovely. Thank you, sir.
This podcast is recorded on Discord and is edited in GarageBand. The intro and outro music are Radiohead covers and can be found on Spotify under the band Lift. That's Lifte, with F as in Foxtrot. Also, find us on TikTok and Vimeo under the name @Headful of Radio.